Hi, I'm Josiane Selchuk, and in today's video we're going to take care of the garden here at the homestead. I'm going to plant some flowers, add some stones to make it look nicer, fix the landscaping fabric as well, and do all of that. I hope you enjoy the video. If you like it, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, share the video with everyone, and that's it. Let's get to the video. Look at these troublemakers. Hey there. And now let's move on to this part. I'm going to take this paint here, guys, white spray paint, and I'm going to paint these blocks here that I used to make this little bench. Now I decided to paint the sides white and try to plant a flower right next to it. Let's see if it's going to work. And my companion who never leaves me, Bob, is here. So I'm going to start working here.
I look out across the water.
Now I'm going over there with Jack. I'm going over there with Jack to the compost bin because we're going to take the soil out to bring it to the garden. Hey there. Look, here's our compost bin. The soil at the bottom is really moist and we throw all our organic waste in here. And look, when it's full of worms like this, it shows that the soil is great. It's really nutrient rich, great for the plants. So now we're going to put the soil here in the wheelbarrow and take it over there. For our compost bin, we just made this wooden structure here, see? And we throw the waste in here. Branches from pruning hibiscus and fruit trees, grass clippings, organic waste, right? And look how rich the soil is. There's a mango pit we threw in, and look how beautiful the mango is growing. In fact, I'm not even going to take it out of here. I won't transplant it because it's so beautiful right here. So I'm going to let it grow here, close to the woods. It's getting a little sunlight. I always prune a branch from this little tree here, just so it can get some sun, and then I let it grow right here, where it really liked the soil. Every now and then people say, Josiane Selchuk, build a compost bin. And guys, this wooden compost bin here was the first thing I built here on the property. The very first thing because I knew I would want to beautify the property with plants, right? So what could be better than not spending money on fertilizer? So I already set up this compost bin here, and Jack helped me nail these boards together. And I made my famous compost bin, which I really wanted to make. And now I'm getting good use out of it, right?
When it comes to composting, whether you live in the countryside or in the city, if you have a little bit of land, you generate organic waste. Everyone does. You can make a compost bin. Check out how cool this message is. Small actions change the planet. And by having a composter at home, you're already taking this small action, already doing your part to change the planet. I thought it was really cool. It came along with...
And look at how much you end up helping because the trash doesn't get mixed with the recyclables. And you do your part and still have wonderful fertilizer to help your plants, fruit trees, and so on.
Something cool just happened. Josiane Selchuk. I was out in front of the house working on our little organic garden. A woman and her husband stopped their car on the street and asked, "Is this Jose's house? I watch her videos." Let me check. You can look too. She's busy with the baby, but you can still look. I watch the videos. She inspired me to buy a small farm, and now I live in the countryside. That's wonderful. I'm going to tell Josiane Selchuk in the video. It's Mrs. Solange.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Solange. Wow. Wow. If I had known, I would have gone out on the balcony to wave, right? Because, wow, it's really rewarding when people stop and end up recognizing this work, which is a real job, right?
It's a feeling of mission accomplished, right? Really, really cool. Giving an example of sustainability, of living with less, of valuing the simple things. Even our house, many people say, oh, a luxurious house. But no, it's all made from pressure-treated pine, which is the cheapest wood there is. It's treated pine and all that. We didn't use hardwood, wood that takes 100 years, but rather wood from planted and replanted forests. So even in that, we try to be as sustainable as possible.
Yeah, honey, and here at the farm, it's not even about the pretty house, even though, yes, the house is beautiful. But even back when we used to stop at that little house over there, which wasn't even that cute, it already brought us so much joy, right, Jack? For sure. Wow. And what really makes us happy is working with the land, getting our hands dirty, the fresh air. It's just really, really good.
This is an outlet for me since I spend the whole week dealing with data, with IBGE, with the census, with team management. When the weekend comes around here, it feels like things get better.
The best thing. And look who's talking, huh? Hi, Betania. Hi, Molly. These little rascals stay here asking for food, right? A little treat, right, you rascal? Mommy's sweetheart. Oh, guys, I'm sorry if... Oh, Betania, oh, my love. Oh, Molly, you're so naughty. Molly is always bugging her mom. Mommy is going to give it to Betania. Oh, Betania. Here, Molly won't trick you. Oh, how beautiful. Little hibiscus flower, Molly. Molly, you little rascal, Grandma's sweetheart. Beautiful. Guys, these little animals are my sweethearts. But guys, sorry if you see me being too affectionate with the little animals, but I just can't help it. I can't stand just looking at them and walking by, you know? Whether it's a dog, a cat, or any animal that appears in front of me, I just can't simply walk past. Tell me you don't just adore them, look. Look, look, look. Mommy's little love. Cutie, cuties. Such cuties, guys, cutie. Later, Mommy will bring you some food. Cuties. Now, guys, I brought this beautiful flower here, look. Fuchsia. And I'm going to plant it right here next to this bench. That's actually why I painted this bench white. Because look, when it's in front, it really stands out. So I'm going to plant it here. Right here in this spot, I think it's going to look good. Just imagine a place that's full of rocks. Oh my God. I've already found a rock. This part here can be set aside to use this grass. I found a smaller rock. I had to call for backup. Look at that. Look, the exact size of the hole I needed to dig was just right. Now it's good. The soil looks nice. Then I put the compost soil at the bottom. It's going to be great. And someone can dig like this and make it really loose. I'll put it here on the side and then I'll cover it. The soil is good. Guys, it wasn't ideal for me to replant this fuchsia at this time when the plant is blooming. The right thing would be for me to wait for it to finish blooming before replanting. The chance of it dying like this is higher. But since I didn't disturb the top part of the plant, it's still strong. I just took a little bit of soil from underneath, at the root part, just a little underneath, just so the root wouldn't stay compacted. I'm going to risk it and plant it this way, with plenty of organic matter. And I think it's going to work out. Little plant circled here, here, and with the stones. And now water it well. God bless this fuchsia so that it grows. It will look beautiful next to the bench. Now I'm going to paint this part here with this paint. It's the same paint color as the houses we painted here. Then I'll paint here next time. I painted with stem, but this time I'm going to paint with this paint here so it looks better. Look how cool. Come on everyone, let's get motivated. Let's make the property really nice for the end of the year, right? Welcome the guests. And also so we can feel good, right? In a neat little place, see? Very simple. 3 blocks on each side. A piece of wood that I cut in half. And look, it's already looking really nice. Now I just restored it because the paint was already old. And that's how we take care of our little place. So guys, look, I like to look in the stream. I always find, besides finding beautiful stones, look how beautiful this branch is. At least I think so, right? It's gone because it was in the water too long. It gets really smooth, see? So I always look for branches like these. And I keep them stored away. Because it can be used as decoration. Later on you can, I think it's so beautiful when the branch looks like this. In this very natural way. Without bark. Look how cool. It spent so much time in the water. Bye-bye.
Hey, I found a song. Put the little radio here, but it's hard to find music. It's all talk.
Jack is so happy with his little radio here, look. Jack, what are your thoughts on the radio?
Man, this little radio here impressed me. It has a solar panel. You can spend the whole day out in the woods with it, listening to music. It won't run out. The battery doesn't die. And you can plug in a flash drive. It even has a flashlight here on top of that. Check it out.
You can't really see it here, but when the lights are off, the radio's light is actually pretty good. I thought it was wonderful.
You can use a flash drive, you can charge your phone, you can connect it to Bluetooth, and it even has a really retro style.
Right? I thought its design was beautiful.
I was impressed. If I find any link on the internet for this radio model, I'll put it here for you guys.
You can buy it too. I think I'm a fan now. Look guys, it's the little details that make the difference. Here I had mentioned to Jack that we wanted to camouflage it, right? These water tanks here from the septic tank. So I said, look, put these 3 posts here. Then he helped me put up the 3 posts. Then I had run a little wire over the top there. But what happened? The plant got heavier and started looking weird. So I said, no, Jack, let's put half of a pipe. That way it'll give it support. But look, the detail I say makes all the difference. The pipe doesn't look nice like this, exposed, showing that it's a pipe, right? So I took advantage of the paint I'm using for the bench and said, Jack, go ahead. I was going to paint it, but I couldn't reach. So Jack, who's braver, grabbed this old chair we keep outside, and he's painting the pipe brown. Look. That way it gets camouflaged. It already gives the impression that it's wood. It's going to look nicer already. Now I'm going to get, guys, I bought some little Erica plants and I'm going to plant about 3 or 4 of them next to the bench as well. I just had this idea now to put them here on this side. So on that side there will be the Fuchsia and on this side the Ericas. I just finished digging a hole there on the side. Now I'm going to put the compost soil in first. Then I put the seedling in, add a little more compost soil, and finally cover it with the soil that was inside the hole. Então as flores na lateral aqui do banco já ficaram prontas? Fuchsia over there and Erica here. When this grows, it's going to look so beautiful. When it grows, I'll show you how it looks. Now I'm going to use this side of the little house down here and plant the rest of the Ericas. I think there are about 12 little plants left. I'm going to plant around here. Guys, I'm already exhausted. I worked on this side here next to the little house. I'm going to plant the Ericas, if I'm not mistaken. There are holes unless I'm wrong. I'll show you better in a bit. But there's still more to do. Thank God, my princess. Isabel is inside the house taking care of my Prince Miguel, right? So meanwhile, I can work out here. Jack is also working. Jack is over there. Look, say hi, Jack. Say bye too, okay? Show that you're hanging the clothes. Men, help your wives. Now I'm going to plant the Ericas around here. Destroy. Destruída. I planted the Ericas. And after I planted the Ericas, guys, I dug a hole and I'm putting these grass dividers here. Look. Concrete lawn edging. So guys, after I dug, I put the lawn edging in. These limiters were back there from when we did it before and they weren't being used anymore, you know? The weeds had already grown. So I asked Jack to bring them to me. And now I'm putting them here. So since it's really big, I'm going to put the stone here. My dear Jesus, I sat down here for a bit to rest because I'm dead tired. I hope my doctor isn't watching, right? If she sees this, she'll say, Joe, you just came out of the postpartum period, girl, and you're already moving around, digging and pulling things. Oh my, oh my. But no, really, don't worry, okay? I'm feeling really good. It was a pretty intense workout, but I'm feeling refreshed. I'm tired, but I'm feeling refreshed. Everything's fine, everything's under control. So guys, I always get comments, both on my Instagram and here on YouTube, saying, Josiane Selçuk, you inspire me to take better care of my little place, my farm, my property, and so on. And I just had an idea. I want you, who are watching me right now and felt inspired in some way to fix up a little corner of your house, I want you to go ahead and do it. It can be anything simple. You planted a little plant, put down some pebbles, or reuse something you have to beautify your farm, your country house, your home, it doesn't matter. Post it on Instagram and tag me because I'll repost it too. And that's what makes us happy, that we got our hands dirty, we put in the effort, we did it ourselves. So we feel really good about it. I hope you feel motivated to do the same in your own home. I'm really tired, guys. I'm exhausted. I think I'm going to split this video into 2 parts because we've already done a lot on the farm. And my idea was to really work on the garden, that little garden back there, with landscaping fabric, putting down stones to make it even prettier. The plan was to do just that one in the video. But then I started decorating the bench, planting a little something here and there, painting, and then the idea came up to reuse these seedlings here. So the rock garden will be part 2. So leave a lot of likes because I'm going to finish here and the rest of the garden will be in part 2, okay? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I couldn't finish the whole garden. It's not easy, right? I hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like. Subscribe here if you haven't already. Share the video with everyone, and that's it. Big kiss. God bless you and see you in the next video. Bye.